Look me koro, you hear me whine. I say you turn that gidigba on top of the Chairman television station, Wazobia TV channel 98 on top of Go TV cable, Star Times channel 195, My TV channel 17, and on top of Facebook, www.facebook.com/Wazobia Max. We don't come again with that Ogbonge politics discussion show as in a heart. Friday they make sense because we call them jollof. Sake of say all the action story from Monday going Thursday, we go join everything together based on concussion. Can't give you what we call small chops. What they be small chops? Current affairs as the matter they carry first inside Nigeria news as we talk today. My name now is Ugo Chokwode, and as usual I'm alone inside studio. I know they're alone inside studio. I deal with my brother when Sabi was say concerning politics matter as in a hot.
That's your match. You need to at least slap him one more time because when you reach my turn to do this thing, when you reach my turn for you to hand over, now that time they find them this one kind of excuse give. Good morning, wonderful viewers, and welcome to another edition of our Bunga program as Edey Hot. They always tell us, see this particular program now a platform for everybody to do it, to get involved in the system when it comes to at least deciding the fate of our Obodo Nigeria, and that's why we get this kind of solid program for that. So that at least any issue will bring out they pay now for. But the into at all when I want to talk about our Obodo Nigeria on how we go fit take do it, move forward at least now on this same platform go give that room to do it to talk am. I will also get a 3 solid telephone line for now. 1 2 3 line. 2 3 line because I go call, I go express now self. But the payments may not leave that one for us. My name never change. My name remains Unkubi, and this is us Edey Hot.
Before we delve into the one we carry come this Friday based on a concussion onto jollof, we go introduce our Ogbonge visitor. Our Ogbonge visitor, a person when we say. Every time when we extend invitation to them as take concern issues when they affect the ordinary Nigerian or everybody inside of Nigeria in the carry speed, join us inside studio. Today on, we don't follow him for a very long time, and we happy say we don't track him down to come join us inside studio to discuss all these stories there. He be entrepreneur par excellence. That is to say, anywhere when he see opportunity to make profit, he go chook eye inside. That is, anywhere he sees a need, he will take a lead. He be also political analyst when I read book. Read book, reach the level where we say, once he start to postulate, it go be like, say, him be professor. Unto say, any issue when they affect the Obodo Nigeria, him be professor because he's Sabi and well, and they talk of no other than Gbola. Gbola, welcome to Us Edey Hot.
Thank you.
I say, the way you take shake us, even greet yourself, you don't be like, we'll go straight into the discussion. Make we know waste time, we'll go straight into our discussion. On Monday, when we call tear over, we tear the nylon come out on top of 5 actions to read them. The first one get to do with waiting 2 people when they the Presidential Advisory Committee, as they concern the fight against corruption, they come out, come talk. One na Professor Isesage will be the chairman of that particular joint body, and the other one a strong member will be also professor of criminology. He come out, come talk, say the presidency, the legislature, the judiciary, they're not serious as they concern the fight against corruption. He talk say the way when we say we they carry some case go court, when the AGF go talk say okay, make we do them this way, we can't go court. They talk say those way they conduct the prosecution, they don't do their proper investigation, court control where the thing outside. Say the thing get as the thing take be. Say President Muhammadu Buhari and Vice President or acting President Yemi Osinbajo, make them go back to the drawing board, do what in the video as they concern this fight against corruption, or else we are all dead. From that one, we enter the special promotion for the police people. Then when we say they took eye for that matter when concerned the kingpin of kidnapping inside the Obodo Nigeria, Oga Evans. The Inspector General of Police been come and talk say, if you do good, we go reward you. If you do bad, we go punish you. Make we emphasize on the good way these people don't do. For 10 years, in they rule like Lord. For 7 years, the police don't do on in trade. And finally, they don't catch up. So they give these people promotion. And from that one, make we enter the one way the MBS, National Bureau of Statistics, come and talk say, Nigeria go come out for recession for 2018. Plenty people come and they talk say, we go come out, we dey inside. Nigerians don't really understand. Make government just do the thing when they do to use ensure say the life of every Nigerian sweet and we enjoy betterness inside this our country. From now on, we enter the one way concern the story when they come up from Borno State. Say some parents, they carry their hand, give their children diarrhea. Why? Because they won't collect some things when we say UNICEF been donate. We can't come back on the talk say how poverty don't enter people's mind. When we say papa and mama go decide, say, make I give my pikin diarrhea. Until waiting UNICEF don't donate, make them feel sick, collect. We can't talk, say, everybody for society no be just to dey blame government. Make we dey teach ourselves say e dey very very important say irrespective of where you come from, if you do well, you go reach the promised land. And the final story get to do with the cry wey we cry here as e dey concern the 6 kidnapped school children. We come out dey talk say on that day when we count, e don pass over 20 days when these children no dey with the kidnappers. Make the government do the needful, make our security operatives dem do the needful to use ensure say these children dem come back home because they no commit any crime, na only to go school go learn. Now these 5 stories we discuss based on Terror Monday as e dey hot.
Yes, and following the story which you could give, we get to do with at least two members of the committee where they fight against, where they advise some Oga President on issues of about corruption, and that is Professor Issa Saga, the colleague as well. Furthermore, we can't look the matter because okay, how we also feel look into this and ensure at least we get a transparency system where at least corruption, at least we go get rid of them. Because we don't also talk and say okay, if 2 strong people will be strong men when it comes to advising Oga President on the way you will take fight corruption. And then you always say these people come out. Waiting be the leg where they also don't carry to ensure at least they tell our president waiting is supposed to do because waiting a lot of people they talk we say since you're a part of the system also that same still will stain the legislators, the judiciary, and the president's way they condemn. He also stain you. Okay, that's why I can look and say okay, make we open our phone line so that at least our viewers go also feel call, express their own talk within the talk. Fit profile solution on how we fit take do it, on how we fit address this issue of corruption, so that at least we self go there free. At least development go self go enter our country, so that at least the ordinary man go fit the worker. They secured a lot of other things where corruption they cause. At least everybody's going to get access to a lot of facilities where they do it, where they require. So now what we're actually looking into, because we felt say okay, make we bring out to the people, more also hear the voices of the people on how we fit take do it and address this particular matter. Now what we talk about on Tuesday be that.
On Wednesday we can't look the issue of kidnapping, and we can't carry topic when we call kidnap don't turn PLC inside the Gbola Nigeria. The importance of background check. We use the example of Oga Eva and say, if this person just through kidnapping, he become billionaire. Now if we say some people go look and say, is they profitable? Now what we go fit do to use ensure say these people they don't continue to they make success for this bad business when they do. Now why we carry Oga Frank Oyorigo, the CEO of Primex Background Check, come inside studio. He can talk say they very very important. Make we nip them in the board. That is to they proactive. Make you not be say when the thing can't happen. Now we'll come they find solution. He talk of the issues when we say you don't the cost problem inside the Gbola Nigeria. I want to say we get different types of platforms where people don't come register your SIM, register for driver's license, register for national identity card. Yet we don't get database where we say once you run, you go fit check to see how people they do badness inside this country. He go come and talk say when we talk of security, not be just personal property or until you wear uniform, and not be say person go talk say why they chook eye inside my personal business or why they ask me question. He talk say if government fit come and talk say background check go dey very very important make everybody do inside this our society. Before you collect house, landlord go ask you where you come from, which work you dey do, the house where you come from before wetin happen, and he go run your own background check using the people wey sabi this particular work to use know this badness. He talk say if we fit do am like this, we no go dey get these problems inside this our country. E dey very very important make we nip the thing in the bud, that is prevent the thing from happening rather than trying to find solution when the thing no happen. Now wetin we discuss on Wednesday based on as e dey hot.
Following this historical move by the Kogi, that is Kogi's Western Senatorial District, we don't look, say yes, say first of its kind, say we go do it. We go recall our senator where they represent us for Kogi West, that is Senator Dino Malai. At least want to say, you know, they actually represent us well. I will be the John Body where they conduct election, where they also ensure say at least this kind of activity they will fit conduct and well. Don't receive the signatories of about 52.3 electorates were actually voting Dino Malai for this particular senatorial zone. Because they don't say they don't receive and in the same vein, they don't also do anything. They don't also pass the message, also give the senator, say we don't receive message, your people say they don't want you again, say then they recall you back. But then, we also state this and say, in as much as we don't see 52%, that is more than half of the people who actually vote for this particular region, with them they recall the senator. The INEC also going to also do their own assignment. And what means this assignment? They'll go review all these particular 52 people, I mean 52% people where they involved. Make them also know whether true now different people. I mean, not just one person carry hand sign say yes, we want one person sign like in 20 places or 50 places, then they record. So they will also do their own home assignment to ensure say everybody where don't sign on top of this matter, this record matter, say at least then they very very visible, then be humans. Now people who sincerely do it, sign to say yes, so would they recall our senator and from there, we can also tell about the story we get to do with kidnappers. We write another letter and give another model college where they for Badagry. And we can talk say we never recover from the one we happen for Gbola. Still, they don't write another one. Say what now security personnel they do because you go still recall say barely a month now at least the same kidnappers write letter give the model college Gbola for Ekpe where they tell them say look we will come kidnap some people from their school and they can eventually come even with the security way there for that same school still succeed in carrying 6 pupils, 6 boys coming from that school, wey still there for their custody now. And right now, they don't write another letter again to another model school, wey there for Badagry. And we come to ask, okay, government, we never feel recover. Make now do something about this particular security matter. So that Nigerians mind go fit there at rest. So that people no go dey fear to say, if I send my pikin go school, make no be say we go dey fall victim of kidnap and all that. Now, because they call, say, make government at least look into the matter and ensure, say, these other people where they don't kidnap already, make them come back to their respective papa and mama home, so that at least their own mindset go do it, go calm down. And the following, the final story we gave yesterday get to do with the meeting where the acting president, that is Oga Oshibaju, where he meet with the 36 state governors of the federation, and where he tell them, so look, hey, the way this matter, this issue of disunity, they go inside this country. Say he not like him, he can't carry here. One day say, look, make now go from our respective states. Issues about hate speech and all that. Say we don't want to hear them. Make person they tell another person from where we belong for the same country. Say, look, would they give now this ultimatum? May not pack come out from here or less. If not pack come out, anything I see, may not take. Come they carry serious one ingredient. Say make them go their respective state, go do it. Go ensure say solid security they there. So at least make anybody call talk any kind you talk. Say them do it. They go know how to take address the matter, hold them responsible, say accountable for waiting they talk. And when they say, okay, we don't see talk. But we don't also see the kind of talk where others talk, where the governor of the state also talk, say you go do it, you go investigate and bring the people who talk this thing to book. We never see results from that too. But we know so with this particular move where the acting president carry, at least the 36 state governors go do it, go for their respective state and address this issue of insecurity and the hate speech where do it, where people they talk about. Now what we talk about yesterday will be Thursday, be that.
Once more, Gbola, welcome to Ask the Hot. You don't hear our stories there from Monday go each Thursday, and it be like say the issue of kidnap. And the one we also get to do with Senator Dino Melaye, it be like saying I carry first for all the stories we will carry come. Make we start with one very important one.
The presidential advice.
No, make we start with that one. So that one also the very, very important. People when we say the advice of God president, when get the ear of God president as they concern the fight against corruption, don't come out and come talk say it be like say at all arms of government. It get people when we say they're not on the same page with Oga President and the anti-president on this fight against corruption. With this talk, when Professor Ise Sage don't come and come talk and Professor Femi Odekunle, can we categorically say the war against corruption, when we reach one particular place, instead of make we follow roundabout to enter the right road, we can enter inside bush?
Una know say in the last 2 years, we Baba don't become president. I've been they come here, they talk say the attitude where they want to take fight corruption. The fight against corruption is laudable. Now good fight. Now the fight where we need to fight, make our pikin them. Like your back will say, Lord, come on, forever, make our pikin.
No disrespect us for the future.
Now just live. Una live things spoil. Leave liability for us. The fight against corruption is very important. But anything where they important in your lives, make una just review. Anything where they important in our lives, how una they go about them? Do you go about it with creativity, with innovation, with dedication and diligence? How do you just go about it in a military bagagbugu, ragagbaga, bagarigirai, listen, noise for noise sake? Gentlemen, you not just know me. For almost 4 years, I say make Nigeria try the principle of whistleblowing as a fight against corruption. This government adopted it as a policy, executive policy, executive order, in less than 1 year. Make una look at the result. Sometimes people when don't they follow me, as they move about from media house to media house, don't they suggest that thing for the last 4 years? When they see me for road, they go congratulate me, they go treat me like say I be genius. I not be genius. There is no problem when Nigeria won't solve, when they never solve from other societies before. The fundamental problem we get for Nigeria is say we get intellectually lazy leaders.
Intellectually lazy leaders.
And on top of them, we get intellectually lazy leaders. On top of them, we can't get people where they politics, where don't perfect the art of blame fest, blame game, festival of blames.
Rather than act, they go first, they blame.
An elected officer of government, an appointed officer of government, is failing in his primary responsibility. He could point a accusing finger at other people. They appointed these people as agents. Since they appoint, I've always respected Professor Ise Sage. I've always respected him. Since they appoint him, it just be like say the head, where person thinks say he be correct head in line of thinking, in line of strategy. He just won't play to the gallery. Everything government do, he go support him. And he was supporting foolishness, and foolishness going to backfire now. As eggheads, they're supposed to come out and say, you know what? We don't review some of the suggestions we are don't make. As at the time we are they make the suggestion about whistleblowing. We don't say whistleblowing is the work now. We don't review all the statutes where they against graft. And as we look at all the statutes, he make too much power. Make it the presidency. The presidency is not an omnipresent institution. The presidency in Abuja Edey. Now, because he made too much power too available in the presidency, he can't make those who they represent the presidency. Chairman of EFCC, EFCC operatives, chairman of ICPC, ICPC operatives.
Attorney General.
Those major positions.
He can't make those positions on paper. Like say, they even get power past the Inspector General of Police. And you know what? If I'm corrupt, and I know the total list of the people who can be against me, it's easy for me to bribe them. Revise the organics of the law. Incentivize an average Nigerian to fight corruption.
How?
Fantastic. Look at any time Saraki they come out of CCT, the most brilliant set of lawyers follow him. The government losing team they come out. Even Peters, you know, go court that day. If like say himself, no, say them go lose. You see one lawyer where look like say he never even show up Belleful Rich. One other lawyer can't stand beside them. Whereas we can change the statute to say if you are a professional, be you a lawyer, investigative journalist, forensic accountant, you know, say that 5% then they give to ordinary whistleblowers. If you are a professional who helps to get a conviction against somebody where we know say he don't steal from our commonwealth, you get 10% of whatever asset government retrieves from that person. So at a point in the case of Saraki, they say Saraki was worth about $26 million US. Which work Saraki don't do for his life to be worth $26 million. But you know what? Because he get Baba we rich, we born him, Baba we get influence, then put out for bank, that bank quench. When people commit suicide because their account go, but Saraki still the progress, he become governor, he this thing. So nobody says Saraki get any industry. Nobody says Saraki get any this thing. And yet, Saraki, they say, for open court, they say he worth $26 million. Let a Nigerian senior advocate knows that if he could get conviction against Saraki,
you get 10%.
he will get 10% of that money. He will not only build a formidable team of forensic accountant, investigative journalists, this thing. He will build a chain. You know what? The lack of diligence that the sacrificial public prosecutors are putting into these cases, it will not be sacrificed for him anymore. It will be not only heroism on paper, but heroism of the pocket.
Reward.
And it will be a balance of power because it is generally believed that judges are bribed in Nigeria, but we have made it so easy for one side to bribe the judge. If in the case of creating a statute that democratizes the fight against corruption, you will discover that some people, because they will profit from it too, they will bribe the judge to be fair. So whatever they give you, sir, I will give you.
Okay, Gbola, but this is where you don't talk now.
And you see, people like Professor Gbola he said Sagi. Now them, and the so-called professor of criminology, now them supposed, even the professor of criminology supposed to know the mindset of a criminal and put in place
create a balance.
System and incentives. We go create balance. They come mad. They can't get mad now. They blame the people where they don't wrongly advise.
Okay, but this talk where you just talk now,
Move to another topic. Don't waste time on that.
No best.
Now, so they talk 4 years. Now 4 years it take me.
I know.
Anybody will go my Facebook page. You go see an article where I wrote about 4 or 5 months, even before they adopt them as official policy of the executive. Look, you get people who are intellectually anemic. People will say then dry.
Gbola, the reason why we discuss this thing is to find solution to the problems. This one where you don't talk, just like the years where they talk about whistleblowing and trying to make a law. When go fit encourage people, I know say several you don't talk about say if we get young lawyers and we encourage them, say okay, if you go
to this particular thing, senior lawyer no want money. Senior lawyer. Make I give you.
But what did they make this thing very difficult? What did they make it? Because I know say
people in government,
the professors too they think but why is it difficult to implement?
Professor Osage has been irresponsible in the way he has gone about his advisory to the government on this issue. You know why? The Baba since the start, it's just a grab headlight, talk cheap. You are a professor of law. You know how conservative that area of this thing is.
And what if, because one thing we go make person come out, they blame the judiciary, they blame the executive, they even blame the legislator, say, look, now they play now we roll well. Change also to say, somehow, if you don't probably give Oga President some advice, maybe say, they talk here, but because of that, you can't make a they talk say, now they try.
Maybe Oga President don't take the advice.
You never can tell, perhaps. Because we also know what they play for government.
If you reach my turn, make una let me talk.
We are talk.
This government, I've never seen any government on the face of the earth where they don't perfect the art of finger pointing like this government across the board. Even people where they advise them. If they don't give advice to the Mr. President, why they don't mention them? You know, see, apart from that, PACAC, what they call themselves, Presidential Advisory Committee or Anti-Corruption, PACAC. They no pack. They pack them. They come. You know, apart from that, you know, there is a special committee of lawyers where they advise Attorney General. Some of my friends, where they practice law for England, I think say they can come and shop for people who support them from around the world. Some where they practice law for America, some where they practice this thing for UK, then bring them together. What will be the result?
Okay, Gbola, still asking about what will be the result. We go rush enter inside this break. This particular one, you don't finish this matter. When we go this break, come back, we must talk about these kidnappers because it be like say they don't open headquarters inside of Nigeria. No go anywhere when they come back. The discussion they come up plenty smoke based on us in a. I don't go complete that because of Gbola about the best, please, sir. Take it.
Halt. Yes, and welcome back to the program now as Edey Hot and at the Asipo edition. And they talk about today, where we will give now everything we'll talk about from Monday reach yesterday will be Thursday. And Gbola still they are studios and the questions actually still they very hot. Would actually address the one way too strong and prof where they talk come out can't condemn at least the irrelevance of at least the kind of work where the executive, the legislators and the judiciary they carry out. We don't finish that one out. Make we enter straight into the next one we get to do with kidnapping. Gbola, in the recent period we don't experience these activities at least the activities in kidnapping. At least one was a successful achievement where they catch one of the biggest kingpins where they involved in kidnapping. That is Oga Evans, at least a celebrated one. Even in the midst of celebrating that one, and the activity still they on, we get to do with the model schools for Gbola, where they never still fit see where these people is there, make them come back to their home. Why we are still at least crying over that one? They don't still write another letter to another model school where they this, where they Badagry say, then they come again. Come kidnap 6 more pupils plus their principals.
The 2 principals.
Exactly. With this, I mean, if a lot of people don't come and look this matter, say, okay, fine. We understand, say, at least Evans home, we see the celebrator. Say, people don't pay too much attention on this one, as if it don't become celebrity in the midst of this thing. But meanwhile, they are leaving their thoughts away from other important issues, other people who don't fall victim, who still day in the hands of this one. How go fit take nip that in the bottle to ensure say
before they catch Evans, they don't write to the school for Gbola, say then they come 1 week before.
But they write letter, but then even there was still security, then beef up security, carry send police people so there.
They brief up security, so then kidnap the kids, and he so reach time enough with all the brief up security that they release some of the kids, make them help them push their boat for inside water. We will be comedians, even when journalists for Nigeria, we will be comedians. Everybody. You know, the people in government, they talk, you wonder, Nigeria are number 3 on the global terrorism index. Nigeria na number 3 after Afghanistan and Iraq on the global terrorism index. When then they measure countries, when then they call fragile countries on the face of the earth, Nigeria na number 13. The next African country is Chad. Then, country where we even supposed to compare ourselves with, Ghana, number 93 in the world. Then South Africa, number 1, around number 115.
I be say now where the thing bad, now would they always carry first too?
Those of us where they live for major cities like Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt,
Kano, and all those.
We delude ourselves, say we dey live. What be the lose for bonge broken?
We dey do things based on our own mind. As in we dey feel like say
nothing dey happen.
We dey sleep think. People where they sleep, they confuse thinking and dreaming and hallucination. We dey sleep think. Say we dey country. Now country, this is how they run country. I said we dey number 3 for global terrorism index.
You should say that statistics somehow. No
somehow, because a lot of people they also question the statistics.
People wey put this in, they know they
somehow.
I just dey talk.
I don't come here complain.
No, I know say no. I just dey talk. Say.
The people wey do that in the academicians in a university in England, and you know the criteria where the chief criterion where they use, the number of terroristic killings within the border of the country. Apart from Afghanistan, Iraq.
Where it be like say war day.
Where it be like say.
Somehow.
Iraq. Nigeria na follow. And the chief criterion be say the number of human lives lost to terroristic activities. There is a dedicated body that calculates incidents of kidnapping, robbery, major violent crimes to define the fragility of a nation. They put Nigeria for number 13. I say Ghana, where would the same country that colonize us? They are Africans, they are cause. They're black, they speak English, we speak English. I say Ghana, they're number 93. I say South Africa dey number 114. And when I say, what did I get against him?
But Gbola, we know say this is a problem. We know so you understand say this is a problem.
I dey come now. I dey come. So, nothing when you tell me for Nigeria now. The thing where I dey tell my wife, always. Nothing when you tell me go surprise me. Now I have a duty to my own family. Baby, never drive out of this house without taking these security measures. As I dey follow you talk now, my wife they do campaign for her election for Ikorodu. My pikin, I make sure that they are far away in another area where we get property in. Far away. My brother, you must be thinking ahead of the game. In this country, anywhere where there is poverty, even in your immediate family, if poverty too much in your immediate family, you are not safe. It no dey obvious. Say poverty too much for Nigeria. Anybody that is watching this program today, this morning, is a privileged Nigerian. Because the average Nigerian will not have television set to start with, will not have cable, will not have generator that most of people are watching us from, and many Nigerians will not even be in a position to sit in a house. We are 17 million housing stock short. We have, and you know what? Those who are fortunate to be governing us, they don't seem to work like people who are working against a sweeping tide. So if you are watching me this morning, you are watching this program this morning, if you cede the responsibility of your security, if you sit down to anybody in government, you have written a letter spiritually, emotionally, and otherwise to suicide.
Oga Gbola, may I bring and come from this angle? Whether we like them or not, these problems when we face now serious issue.
Oh yes.
But we must find solution to these problems. Today go make them day 30 when these 6 children don't deal with these kidnappers them. From government, would they hear say we are walking around the clock?
You want me to shock you? You want me to shock you?
Shock me.
Because they don't lie, say they know they pay before, but then they pay. Even when the parents of the kids offered 10 million, the kidnappers say no. They move base. I said before, when they know they tell us, say they know they pay, then they pay. This is an industry now. And to be honest with you, there's a very thin line between those who were the government and those who were the side of the criminals. In fact, you want me to shock you? Shukudi, Ngubi. As election, they come, they day near so. As election, they day near so. The line, that thin line, it go blow yourself. Then they.
Okay, Oga Gbola now. This one where you don't talk now, now something when we say, if we talk of being proactive, we go no say problem they come for front. Before I ask you how we go take free ensure, say this particular line now, no come talk when they will cross easily. Maybe we take somebody on top of our telephone line. Good morning and welcome to Ask Edey Hot.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Oga Gbola. Good morning, sir.
We dey greet you. Continue.
Yeah, I beg, you know, Oga Gbola, why I dey like you to say we dey stand for truth. Because when they campaign for this government, we where they support this government, we tell them say you no go pay. So, but now since you don't see say what you think say it go happen, no happen. You see they talk to God go bless you for that one. And that can't that's the way you want. So again, I want to contribute for this our unity issue. This is for a quick notice of a thing. You know, if small boy they cry, and they say I go do you something, they tell adult man, and that adult man come tell and say you no go do anything, come live and they go. If you take and well, that adult man no think well, because even that small pikin, if he carries some breaking glass, so now these threats up and down, and you see our politicians, governors tell us that nothing will happen, no fear, nothing else, without calling those involved, find out your problem, talk on how to work out and solve the problem. Without solving the problem of pointing hands, you cannot be able to stop fight. So I beg, make they look at inside our problem and solve the problem that's trying to bring fight. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Gbola, for that contribution. So
Gbola, make we find or make we discuss how we go take fit prefer solution. Now, for our eye, you be prophet because this issue about whistleblowing and something we say for several years you dey campaign and we can't see say okay the thing go really make sense.
It never even become law. Now still executive order.
And they make plenty. It don't make plenty difference. Now let's talk about this one now.
Okay.
We get person went on billionaire onto this particular badness, and the way when these people they think be like say for badness they don't become professor unto say that they think well. Now what our security operatives them suppose they do? Because this one will be like waiting face me, I face you fight. And waiting government suppose they do. Share not to vote more money for security people and the rest of them. But before you answer that question, we get Oga Polycarp. He dey call us all the way from Enugu. Oga Poly, good morning and welcome to Acid Hot.
Good morning, my people.
Good morning, Oga Polycarp.
Good morning, Gbola.
Good morning, Chief.
That issue of advance and kidnapping. Nigerian journalists joined this to make this thing worse by arresting this man. Because even this morning they were telling us that he has CCTV in his house. They used to monitor people and when people are coming for him. What should they be writing positive things like this for a criminal? You shouldn't be giving that kind of publicity. It's very bad. Then the general malaria issue, just like I told you yesterday, his court is full. Let us set an example with him. So that other status and other debtors will take cue from that place and know that they are representative for not themselves. Then the issue of the people making inflammatory statements. I think that Nigeria is now sitting on a keg of gunpowder near a burning bush. And the APC government, if this happens, they will take the blame for that problem. I don't support anybody making inflammatory statements. Even the so-called IPOB. I don't like the idea of talking. Otherwise, one person, or this one making all this nonsense should be arrested. And the IPOB and the Kano has no local stand difference straight Latin to make a declaration that there must be something before an election in Anambra State. He's not a spokesman for people. He cannot. He has no power to make that kind of injunction. And I'm going to sit up and see that election is held there. Thank you all.
Oga Polycarp, thank you very much for this important contribution. Oga Gbola, I beg. If we go provide solution to this problem, because we know say those when they important that they watch and we know say then they hear, how we go take fit ensure say this particular badness of kidnapping or insecurity for Nigeria the thing stop. And number 3 when we dey for this bad list, we go come out for inside that particular position. At least they where our mates they when they ensure say their country they secure and safe.
Chukudi.
Sir.
Chukudi.
Second time, sir.
Chukudi.
Third time, sir.
Ngobi. The truth be say, I know if you bob your head without you being present.
Strong one, yes.
If they looking for TV now, whether I be your lover, I be your fan, you could be supposed to bob your head now. Why leave you until you dey physically in my presence? I know if you bob your head. Security na something wey be say it dey more local than politics. Oyinbo people, they go say all politics is local. Security, there is no politics without security actually. Security dey more local than this thing. Fundamentally, one of the person wey called before Oga Polycarp, he talked to say I supported Buhari. Obiora, God will bless you. Now, so we're supposed to do Nigeria. Bring people to account for whatever they did. I supported Buhari, but 2 weeks into Buhari government, I know saying go fail. I know they come here. I was the first person on any program where they call me for to say this man will fail. Because 2 weeks, when he never constitutes in cabinet, I know say the man, he said that retarded or something is happening. To be honest with you, I know saying go fail. What did they happen? 2 weeks for a nation of 180 million people. No executive, no functioning executive arm of government. So, the reason why I supported Buhari and APC, they say, them promise, say them go devolve power and allow some institutions where fit function better at the local level to take their own life. Nigeria police, you know if you blame anybody where they work for Nigeria police. The institution is structured to be too big, but with clay legs. somebody go there Abuja, he is the ultimate commander general of the police. But if he chase me for Agoro in Mushi, where they bomb me, Ojuwoye, if he chase me for Ojuwoye, if he enter, if they look say I enter a house, but behind that house, there are about 5 other streets where we say, if you come out from behind the house where I enter, you not going to know where I go. And you say somebody from Malum Fashi to be DPO for the police, the local police station there. Pick another issue. We no get problem. Now leaders, may God give us.
Oga Gbola, we will continue to discuss
because there's no issue, there's no problem when Nigeria get. Where they never saw from other society. When people like us come here, they talk. No be say we brilliant. Now because
successful models from other
parts in other countries, yeah.
When then they celebrate Fashola, Bola Ahmed Tinubu when February to talk the idea, and Fashola when they took BRT, I show one my friend. I said, look, as a boy of about 18 in 1978 or 1979, one major for Rio de Janeiro, they don't do am. Idea where we say almost 40 years, somebody do am for Nigeria, then they call us celebrity. Now laziness, intellectual laziness, and problem of leadership, now we get.
Oga Gbola, we go continue to discuss these issues because they affect all of us inside Obodo Nigeria. We can talk about this one when they're very, very important because it don't really show, say, power there for the hand of the people.
Exactly.
The senator representing Kogi West, Senator Dino Melaye, in people don't come out, come talk, say, we want recall am. The recall na process of saying, we don't like the work when this person they do, make him come back to us, make we put the person when we like for there. It don't reach stage when we say, plenty people be no first thing say, he go reach. Yeah, they don't gather signatures. INEC don't notify am, say July 3rd, we go begin the verification. I won't ask you, on the one hand, some people don't come and come talk, say, this thing, it be like, say, it be political, and it go end politically. Based on the way we say, Saraki on take start, Saraki on can take end. I won't ask you, you think, say, this particular action, if they see them to the end, it go teach any person when the government lesson to really know, say, power dey the hand of the people, or they go just look, say, after all, it was just unfortunate.
I don't talk how many times before here, say, I dey always like make politicians they fight.
Make them they fight themselves.
Then they fight.
But they say when two elephants fight, it is the grass that suffers.
No be the kind of politics what they do. Anywhere where you see liberal democracy is another euphemism for combat. It's just be say for most prosperous and progressive society, it will always be combat of ideas. In Nigeria, where our politics, they're largely devoid of ideas. Make God, they let our politicians, they always fight. You must remember, say Dino, now the chairman of the inauguration committee for this. Indeed, Yaya Bello no go become governor today. If no be say Dino, here say they are about to be elected governor, the candidate. He die. They won't cover him. Make them officially announce saying win, so that in deputy could become this. Dino, as a member of the party, as a year, you know, this thing where he's pillar to people who are against the forces, you know, the Lagos forces, where they're behind that this thing. Now he make the governor of Kogi take upon Dino as chairman. He was the one, but that usually when politicians, when they agree, now they suffer. Make una they always pray. Say make your local politicians and your national politicians, make God they let them fight. Because for Igbo country where you see so, then they fight with ideas. These ones, they don't put too much ideas on the table. Now waiting we go shop. And you see when they are collaborating to shop, now we no go shop. But if they fight, now ego don't clash with ego. A difficult provision of the Constitution.
Difficult.
By the very nature of that provision, it takes sense difficult there to achieve. Because if you don't get resources, how you go rally around to get 50 point something, in this case 52.3 of the number of registered voters. Not be PVC carriers alone, no. People will register for a constituency, minimum of 50. And in the case of a senatorial constituency, now 1/3 of a state. The resources where person go deploy to get those signatures,
yes.
Easy. If one deep pocket no dey sponsor am. But you know why? Whether this not political or not political, I just dey pray, say, make God let them come to fruition. Because the thing where you go do to the average Nigerian electors or voters, they say, if it come to fruition, it go galvanize the oppressed to know, say,
they have the right as well.
They cannot only complain, they can take action. So, the provision is difficult. If you look at the constitutional provision, section 69, if you can't even look at the INEC statute and the sections we refer to them, even they're very difficult, but it is doable. And I pray, say, God will love Nigerians above our politicians. Go not let, say, make them shift the sword of their egos. Make the egos see they run them go. Because if it materializes, it will make so many of them in the National Assembly and the State Houses of Assembly, it will make them sober.
So it go good make we just emphasize them, like you don't talk, say, power dey the hand of the Nigerian people. Even though, like you talk, the section and the way when the thing take dey inside the INEC statute, it be like say it's difficult, but you talk say it dey doable and it dey very, very possible. Make Nigerians begin they sit down now, they think, say, we get people when we say, then they represent us, but if they don't do well, we go carry them come back. But we will come ask ourselves this important question. In the first place, get the right set of people into that particular place. Now, why by this time, we suppose they chook eye, they know those when we say we want make them represent us for inside that particular place. If you like say we'll get person on top of our telephone line. Good morning and welcome to Asile Hot.
You sure say we'll get person?
Okay, nobody on top of our telephone line. Okay, Gbola, we thank you very much. Say you carry waka come inside our studio at this particular time. It be like say all the stories when we supposed to discuss. We not see time put mouth on top, but the one where you chook mouth on top, you don't drive your message home. To enjoy more of these our ogbonge videos when you just watch, press this button to subscribe on top of our YouTube page. You go love am.